appointed. Let's take a look at Chris Hughton's portfolio. Now, Chris Hughton's 26-year coaching experience has seen him coach the likes of Tottenham Hotspurs, both as a caretaker manager, and also he's got some national team experience. He also coached as assistant manager to the Republic of Ireland national team. Remember, he's partly Irish and English as well, and has Ghanaian heritage. Also, he was a caretaker coach for Newcastle, and when they were relegated, he helped to get Newcastle promoted back into the English Premier League. Also, he worked with Birmingham City, Norwich, and Brighton Hove Albion, both all these three teams in the Championship. Also, finally, after 5 years with Brighton Hove Albion, he helped Brighton gain promotion from the Championship into the Premier League. However, after that, due to poor performance, he was sacked from his role with the Seagulls. And his last role as a club team coach was at Nottingham Forest in the Championship. Unfortunately, also due to poor performance, he was sacked. His new job was technical advisor when Otuado was coach of the Black Stars, and he served in that capacity from February 2022 up to the end of the World Cup in December 2022. Also, now let's take a look at Chris Hughton's managerial career as a summary. In his managerial career, Chris Hughton has managed 499 games from the dugouts, which means his next Black Stars game will be a milestone, 500 games as a manager. Very few managers achieve that feat, which means he needs to be celebrated. And in 499 games, he's got 195 wins, 139 draws, and 139 defeats. So he's got the same draws as the number of defeats. Unfortunately, there's a but or a caveat to that, meaning Chris Hughton's winning percentage is quite low. It's even below 40%, which is quite poor. So if you're even going to rate Chris Hughton according to maybe university, maybe the university system, Chris Hughton might not even get a D+. Chris Hughton might be around an E region, which is poor. But hopefully, with the kind of players Chris Hughton has, maybe he will do better. Now, we also got to look at the duration of the last 6 coaches. Now, after Goran Stevanovic was sacked, after Goran Stevanovic left the Black Stars, James Kwesi Appiah took over, and he was in charge for 2 years. In those 2 years, he stayed for 2 years and 5 months, and we got into the semi-final of the AFCON. After that, Abraham Grant, former Chelsea and former West Ham manager, was in charge of the Black Stars from 2014 to 2017. You remember 2 AFCONs, 2015. Ghana placed second to Cote d'Ivoire, losing in that penalty shootout painfully. And also in the 2017 AFCON, also Ghana was in the top 4. Then he left. James Kwesi Appiah staged a return. In his return, he spent another 2 years and 5 months. And in that period, Ghana failed to qualify for the World Cup in 2018. And also, Ghana had a poor showing in the 2019 AFCON, where Ghana exited at the round of 16 stage. Remember that debacle with Asamoah and all that. Then came Charles Kwabla-Akpor. Charles Kwabla-Akpor, unfortunately, didn't last long. Corona didn't give him absolute period to do what he wanted. So he spent only 1 year and 8 months. He could not qualify Ghana. He only qualified Ghana to a major tournament, but he couldn't qualify. He never participated in any major tournament. Then on came Milovan Rajevac. Rajevac did not last for long. He was the one Kurt Okweku decided to call him the coach for the future. He termed him as not a Macha coach. Unfortunately, he was in charge of Ghana's team when we had that shambolic performance at the AFCON last year, and so he was sacked. Then Otuado came and led the team to the World Cup. Unfortunately, we also did not progress from the